bit more power. Push. It's broken, already broken. Oh well. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Derail Valley. Today I thought I'd do something, a little bit different, and I've just dropped it on the ground. Perfect. I thought I'd show you guys a new feature that's recently been added to Derail Valley, and that is this thing, this unit called a Locomotive E9000. That's it. Now, this contraption here allows you to basically remotely control the diesel electric shunter. So how cool is that? So if we pop that there on our belt and go up to the diesel shunter here, what we need to do is basically, before you can use this, you need to pair it with the locomotive. It's also got a battery that runs out, needs to be charged in the sun, like we're doing here, like we can do, that is. And there's also range indication as well. So after about 500 meters or so, it's completely lost its range. And I think 250 meters is the optimal range. But anyway, in this video, what I'm going to do is basically, we are going to hook up the steam engine, which I've got busily building a fire away there. We're going to hook that up to these passenger cars. There's no passengers in them, of course. I've just spawned these passenger cars, just for the sake of pulling a cool little train today. We've got about 100 ton worth of passenger carriage here. But onto the back of this, obviously, what I'm hoping to do is to hook up the diesel shunter. Now, obviously, the steam engine is more than capable of pulling these 3 empty passenger wagons. It's like nothing almost for that. But I thought I would hook up the diesel shunter, just for the sake of showing you guys how you can actually remotely control the diesel shunter on your trains. So to use this contraption, first thing you do is power it on. I'm using the Oculus Rift VR here, so VR headset and touch controllers. Now the pair button will flash when it's not paired. You see the little dashes indicating there's no pairing. So you need to pair it by pressing the button, pair logo. Okay, once you've done that, you'll see it picks up all the indications of the locomotive. So you need to be standing inside the locomotive before you do this. So you can push on the reverser there, and you can see how it's actually changing the reverser. How cool is that? And also the throttle is all completely remote, as well as the brake. So we've just released the brakes on our locomotive using this contraption here. So the only thing you need to do manually is to start the locomotive. Everything else can be done from this. So really, I don't need to be in the diesel shunter any longer. Okay. Now you can see here, when it's out of the sun, it does sort of discharge, and you see the current charge right there. There's 1 bar missing. Put it into the sun like this, and you'll see it starts to flash. That means it's starting to charge. You can operate the horn and the sand. Okay. So we're in forwards already. Brakes are off. Give it a bit of throttle. You'll see the speed indication there as well. Okay. So we'll go ahead and couple up to our passenger wagons. Okay. So at this point, you just hit the couple button, and you'll see there's 3 wagons that have coupled up. Okay, so now all we need to do is basically, if we move towards our steam locomotive, we can actually use the diesel shunter to push our train up to the steam locomotive. and we should even be able to just completely push the train using the shunter here today. Actually, you'll see there it's actually started moving already, so I think there's a bit of throttle on, that's why. Oh, it's going to make contact. And it's made contact with the steam engine. Oh, now it's rolling back again. This is going really well, folks. Alright, let's do this again. So add a bit of throttle. Wait for it to react. Add a bit more throttle. And a little bit more. And off the throttle. Now I've got this new mod called close couplers. This reduces the amount of slack in your couplers and actually makes the derailing process a lot less likely. Okay, there we go. Alright, I think we are coupled up now. You'll see the couplers are a lot closer than normal. Okay, so we are ready to go. So we can put this on our belt and we can hop into our little passenger passenger wagon here. We can see there's a toilet, there's a sink. That's the tender right there for the steamer. This is the first wagon. You'll see here there's cool little chairs, there's some tables as well on some of the seating positions. Into the next wagon. Anyway, what we want to do is basically we'll hop onto the steam locomotive. I think we've got enough water today. Yeah, we're full. Alright, so let's get into our steamer. Okay, now we're building steam gradually. I've got a mod for the steam engine as well, which actually makes the steam a lot slower to respond, the boiler that is, and also the coal actually has less effect as well. Just mind the frame rates here. Alright, let's open the draft. Alright, now with this thing, basically you'll see here, now we should be coupled up already. We've got the tender, 3 wagons, and the diesel shunter behind us. So if I get off the brake, you'll see here how the brake actually is appearing on the remote as well. So really you don't need to brake independently using this contraption once you're hooked up to, say, the steam engine, because your brake here controls the entire train, unless you want to do something different with the brakes on the diesel, which I doubt you really ever would need to, unless you're operating it solo. Right, so let's get moving. Bit of whistle. Not too much. Alright, here we go. Well, that's nice and easy. Just leave this in the sun for a sec, let that charge. Let's just hop outside. So actually what we can do here is we left our remote shunter on the locomotive because we wanted it to charge. But we can actually just use the diesel shunter here to actually even just push this entire train. If we want to give the steam engine a bit of a break today, you can hear it revving up there in the distance. Give it maybe 2 bars of throttle. Not too much because we're going through some points. we're doing that, we'll just add a bit of water. We want to leave this in the sun so it can charge, because it runs out of battery surprisingly quick. Right. So I need a bit of water. Want to be careful with this though, you don't want to push the train too hard. So let's get off the throttle. Get onto the brake. The brake. Now we'll just get on the throttle a little bit. So quite literally now we're being pushed. Use a bit of steam, shall we? Throttle. Let the diesel push us. Okay, so there's no real destination today. We're just going to go up through the hills here. From harbour and town up towards goods factory and town, perhaps. I don't know where we'll end up. But it'll be cool to see how this thing goes anyway. See here that the diesel's having a bit of trouble pushing us, so might as well add a bit of power. Bit of steam power, I mean. Too much. Oops. No, the brakes just went on then. I think the shovel must have hit them. Get off the steam. It's an easy day for the firemen today. Add a bit of water. Not too much. add too much throttle around the corner. I'm going to need a bit of power, I think. Bit wary of adding too much. I don't want to add any diesel power coming around these tight curves because it could jack off the cars. So I'm just off the throttle here for the diesel for the moment. Using steam power now. Too much water. Need a bit more power. Add just a touch of power. A bit of a push from the diesel engine. It's just the push that we needed. Alright, get off the power once again. Get that down there. So as you can see, having a diesel engine on the back, diesel shunter, really helps even with just 3 passenger cars. It means I can run a really low fire and yeah, so we're off the power, we're just chuffing along right now. I'll hop outside for a sec. Let's just turn around. Might need to add a bit of power to the diesel in a sec because I think we're slowing down. Got a bit of a curve coming up though, so let's just hop on to the diesel. Whoop, and quickly add some power. Alright, let's add just a touch of power to the diesel. Bit of a push. Don't want too much of a push. Maybe a little bit more. These cars weigh about the same, each of these passenger cars weighs about the same as that diesel shunter. So I think we're pretty safe, but I still don't want to push too much. That's really helping us. Again, this is a really light load. I mean, for this steam engine, this thing could pull 700-800 ton. Perhaps a bit of trouble coming up these inclines with such weight, but yeah, in comparison, we're only looking at about 120 ton or so behind us, plus the diesel shunter. So let's get off the power, don't need that anymore. We need a bit of, I think we're really running low on coal. Chuffing along nicely now. Might get on the brake a bit. Let's see what our map says. Our map says we've got a bit of a curve coming up. Touch the throttle on. Take some throttle. That's a lot of throttle. It's pushing us now. It's trying to push us. I want to add coal right now because I'm in the tunnel. In a tunnel. Having a diesel on the back really helps. You could consider this a bit of a milk run. I'm off the throttle now for the steam engine, letting the diesel push us. Alright. Throttle just a little bit. This thing is running out of battery slowly but surely, so hear it spinning its wheels now. Still spinning. It's trying to push. Trying to push. The steam locomotive itself weighs about 100 tons, so steam locomotive is more than 2 of those passenger cars, plus you've got the tender, and then you've got the 3 cars as well, so Shunter's doing a bit of work right now. What I might do is I'll have to pop out shortly. Let's add a bit of steam. Steam power. Gonna need a bit of coal, I think. This coal is almost gone. Oops. Right now. If it wasn't for the diesel shunter behind us, we'd be in a bit of trouble because our fire is actually quite low, our steam is quite low at the moment, so we'll let that build up and let the diesel engine keep pushing us. Good job. Good job. Get a bit more power. entry. Alright, let's head up top. While we're up here, we can let it charge. Let's give it a bit more power. Push. Need to let this thing charge. While we're doing that, might as well go into the cars, have a bit of a look. I can hear the wheels are spinning. Oh no, we're going to stop. Let's add some throttle. Help it along. Still spinning back there. The wheels of the diesel engine are still spinning. We need to get some speed up. I think we've got too much throttle on that thing. Those wheels are going to get chewed up. Only a little bit difficult to shovel right now because the frame rates are a little bit low. About this throttle. Oh, it's missing. That's not good. It appears that our shunter remote is gone. How's everyone enjoying the ride? Enjoying? Very good. Oh man, this is one long train. It's only 3 carriages. Got to apply some throttle. I feel us slowing down. go look for that remote. Stop the train. Let's just add a bit of coal while we're at it. The engine just idling away behind us there. We're gonna go for a little run. Make sure we've got enough fire to keep us in the meantime. Alright. We've got enough fire, enough water. Brakes are on. Let's see if we can't find that remote. Would have fallen down somewhere along here. It's possible that it's in the lost and found by now though. Okay. Good news, we're back and we've got our shunting remote. Bad news is, yeah, couldn't find it, had to buy another one. So, unfortunately, or fortunately, well, we're back now anyway, so let's go. Too fast. We're gonna lose this thing. Texas, man. I'll run the boiler dry as well. Better. Don't need any regulator, make sure that's off. Got heaps of pressure. Let the diesel push us. Don't want to throw this in there, it cost me a lot of money. See where we're going. All right. Well, I think we're doing all right. So, just a quick video anyway to demonstrate to you guys how this works. So. You guys have enjoyed. Just remember to keep these things charged up. Don't let it out of your sight because it will go missing and then you'll have big problems on your hands. So if that's one thing I can say, yeah, cool little unit. It's pushed us, well, it's not pushing us at the moment, but yeah, as you can see it's doing pretty good job. This is a pretty small train, of course, but actually, let's see. If we go to the left, where do we go? Go to the left, we go back around. I think I'll do that. Hang a left up here. See if I can reach it. Like I'm way out of range. Let's check that down there. This thing is still not charging. Oops. No. It's caught on a piece of coal now. Battery's running low. I just thought I would charge it. Okay, I think I'm going to call it quits here. Just round this turn. Past the little aqueduct here. This fire is really low right now, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not even really using the steamer right now. The throttle's empty off, so center the regulator, reverser I mean. Just getting a nice push. Just a nice push. Alright. I think we'll stop the train up here, folks, and we'll call it a day. Just wanted to demonstrate to you how this little shunting remote works. Hopefully it's not going to catch fire down there. You can see that it's quite handy. You've got a bit of power on the back of your train, and you can control it from up here. Completely independent, of course, of the steam engine. So I think that's really handy thing to have. So you should. It costs about $15,000, I think it is, in game to purchase the remote. But very handy little piece of machinery there. Looks like it's not appearing in the Lost and Found as yet. But yeah, just give it a bit of help there. I think it's struggling. Add a bit of steam power. Nothing like it. Alright. Very addictive. I think this is about as good a spot as any. Got a bit of throttle on actually, so let's take that throttle off. Water valve off. Almost overfilled the border again. Alright, let's put the brake on full. Alright, so yeah, I don't want to lose this again, so let's put this safely back in our inventory for the moment. And let's hop out of the train. So yeah, it's definitely a cool little thing to have, this remote. Let's jump on into the oops, didn't work. Let's try that again. Into the passenger wagons here. When they do finally implement passengers in this game, I think it's going to be really cool. Nice little, you can actually position yourself at one of the seats. I'm just trying to sit down here in real life. Should just pull up a chair. So yeah, this is the shunting remote. So for those of you who are interested in trying it out, I do recommend you give it a go. It's quite a handy little thing, as you can see there. You can operate the steam locomotive, the diesel engine from anywhere. I can even release the brake here and push the train. I think the steam Yeah, I think the steam engine still has its brakes on, so it won't control the entire train's brakes, I think. Let's try that again. Yeah, I think the steam engine's brakes are still on, so anyway. Oh. And we're out of battery. Oh, that's a shame. Need to charge it. It's broken. Already broken. Oh well. Yes, so till next time. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you then. Cheers.